Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for the Sunday afternoon edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off. Think about that one for a second. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching, tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can't, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to take the gamble on YouTube actually notify you when I come on live, you can hit that bell down below, and YouTube may or may not notify you when I come on live. That's the gamble you take on that one. You can go over to suspendedfanimation.com, take a look at the schedule I put up there. I change it out every week. Today, I was kind of a bit on the late side. I injured my back earlier this weekend, and I've been moving a bit slowly. So, even slower than usual. So it's yeah, sorry about that. It's been taking me a little while to get stuff done. So but usually I'm pretty much on time. Also I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages on there as well as the schedule. So let's get to it, shall we? What's on the menu for today? Well, looks like the Daredevil series, the one that was on Netflix. Well, it's not going to be revived so much. I don't even know if it's going to be rebooted, but there is going to be a series that's being worked on for Disney Plus with Charlie Cox playing Daredevil again. So that's good news. It was just announced. Looking forward to it. We kind of figured that was going to happen anyway. I mean, after Charlie Cox made his appearance in Spider-Man No Way Home as Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, kind of figured that was happening. And then also with the Echo series, which Disney just released their first pictures of Echo, that Echo series, I can almost guarantee that Daredevil is going to be in it. Why can I almost guarantee that? Because Kingpin is in it. Kingpin and Daredevil go together like peanut butter and jelly at the moment. Even though Kingpin was originally the nemesis of Spider-Man, he was Spider-Man's archenemy, but Daredevil took him over, and yeah. Anyway, in the comics. So definitely looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. What else do we have? We got the first trailer for George Miller's new movie that comes out on August 31st, to theaters only. 3,000 Years of Longing with now I'm just Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton is who star in that movie. And what happens with that one, of course, is Tilda Swinton is a single woman. Her husband has died. She has no siblings, has no parents, nothing like that. She is alone in the world. She buys a small little jar in a bazaar someplace out in the Middle East. And as she is washing it, out pops a genie who is Idris Elba, who, of course, grants her three wishes. But there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on in that. It looks crazy, insane. I'm looking forward to that one. Yes, I did watch all of Love, Death, and Robots season 3. I'll be covering that later on. So, hey Stanley and Hayward 789. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. It looks like a really good bizarre movie. It's George Miller too. I mean, how can you not go wrong? George Miller, I'm trying to think of any movie that he's done that has bombed, and I can't think of one, quite honestly. I mean, I know recently when he did the Cannes Film Festival for 3,000 Years of Longing, there was a question, Q&A that was going on, and he considers his first movie, Mad Max, a failure because, as he puts it, he wasn't ready for it. He thought he was ready for it, but there was a lot of things that went wrong with it. It wasn't the movie that he envisioned in his mind. So, as far as he's concerned, the first Mad Max movie was a failure to him because it didn't come out the way he wanted it to. Um, so, that's the perfectionist in there. Stanley says, I've only seen the first 3 episodes of Love, Death, and Robots so far. Yeah, I watched all of them. It was kind of like potato chips. Once you start, you can't really stop. And it just went right through all the episodes fairly quickly. Some are 15 minutes long, some are I think the longest one was like 23 or no, I think there's one that was 30 minutes long. But they're all decent. Of course, I mean it's Love, Death and Robots. What do you want? We also got a new trailer for the Umbrella Academy season 3, which comes out on Netflix on June 22nd, and that one was just equally as bonkers. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing that one as well. Yeah, I can just say Netflix has become the home for Dark Horse, comics adaptations, and I know they have a deal with them right now. Hopefully, it doesn't bite Dark Horse in the ass because Netflix is kind of, yeah, a little bit on the waning side at the moment, but we'll see what happens. Stanley says the second one was Fincher. Yes, yes. There's one in there from Miller as well. So Fincher and Miller are the ones who have produced Love, Death, and Robots. So that's why they have done some as well. Yeah, Fear Agent would be an awesome series. They are working on that one. I know that. I actually talked about that one. I want to say sometime last year that they're working on Fear Agent for Netflix. They're working on quite a few things for Netflix at the moment, and that's kind of why I like what would be awesome is if Dark Horse would actually do a BPRD series on Netflix. That would be fucking awesome. You don't need to put Hellboy in there. You could have Hellboy sightings or whatever, or you can have him in the background pop up in news feeds or whatever, but you don't actually have to have Hellboy in the BPRD series. There are so many other characters that you can work in there, and that would be awesome. It's supposed to be live action, from what I understand, Stanley the Fear Agent one. And speaking of which, I mean, this is pretty much all stuff that's coming out for the most part. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is going to be getting a reboot over at Hulu. It's about fucking time. That's all I can say. Yeah, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is one of those movies that you look at it and you're like, well, that was kind of interesting, but it could have been better. And if you read the comic, then you go, oh, that's what it was supposed to be. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, The Amazing Screw-On Head, they did do one episode of that, Stanley. It's out on YouTube. Paul Giamatti is the voice for it. You can find it on YouTube out there. It's there. It's fantastic. It was supposed to be on MTV at one point in time. And yeah. Yes, Word 79. Sean Connery is the reason for a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He did not want a woman leading the team, Mina Harker, as in the comics. So that's changed that story completely, being the misogynist that he was. Plus, there's other things that happened because of him being on the team. Yeah, the movie was bad. I mean, it wasn't great. There was some stuff in it that worked, and there was a lot of stuff that didn't. But if they make it more like the book, this reboot, I think it'd be a lot. The book is fairly harsh, though. I mean, there, yeah, there's some pretty nasty shit that goes in there. So, and I'm kind of hoping they keep it in, to tell you the truth. I have the books down here. Word 79 says gave up an offered role as Gandalf for that movie. I think that was the right choice. Well, actually, if he had gone in as Gandalf, he would have known what he was doing anyway, and you know. So, yeah. Exactly. And speaking of which, we got another trailer that came out for The Boys season 3, which comes out on June 3rd, and that trailer was also bonkers as well. So, I'm looking forward to season 3 of The Boys. That's just gonna be a lot of fucking fun. It's gonna be like I said, June's gonna be a whirlwind of shit happening. Obi-Wan Kenobi is gonna be there. The Boys, Miss Marvel, uh, you know, um, Umbrella Academy season 3. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's happening in June. So when it rains, it pours. I like it right now. I just have a dearth of nothing going on at the moment, and I believe it's gonna be the first 3 episodes gonna be released. Then it's gonna be every Friday thereafter, which is gonna be a pain in the ass because that's gonna coincide with Obi-Wan Kenobi. And since you brought it up, August 17th, She-Hulk is coming to Disney Plus, and we got the new trailer for that one. And yes, you're right, Stanley, that CGI was pretty rough. As I've said before in previous videos mentioning it, I'm fairly sure what happened was the leak of the release date for August 17th, which happened last week, kind of pushed them forward to do a rough cut of a trailer, and the CGI is not anywhere near as done. You could totally tell. I mean, there's no poor detail, anything like that. But if you look at the Mark Ruffalo Hulk, that's actually done. That CGI is done because they actually went through and did all of that. Word 789, don't knock it till you try it first. I mean, that's going to be a fun series, especially if they follow the comic. Raymond says that's weird. The stream just turned on for me. That's kind of weird. Again, I'm fairly sure the CGI is not done on it. It's not the final CGI. Because as someone put it in one of the other sites, she looks like a cross between 2 different actresses and not Tatiana Maslany. And if you look at the transition scene where Tatiana Maslany is turning into She-Hulk, uh, that's actually what she's supposed to look like. And the final version is like Jessica Biel meets I forget who the other actress was. Hey, CBM. Yeah, I like the dialogue too. The dialogue is gonna be fun. It's going to be a fun show. Yeah. Yeah, you can't base everything on a rushed trailer. They totally rushed it, you could tell. So some good news. Riverdale is going to end with season 7 at the CW. So the CW backlash continues there. So they have this new guy who took over. He's part of Discovery Plus, and he is intent on just gutting the shit out of the CW at the moment. And that is another show that he and yes, I know before everyone says it's not genre. Well, technically it is. It does do some genre stuff in there. But the Riverdale, it is based on comics too. So it is based on Archie comics. So it is genre. But Riverdale, yeah, needed to go a long time ago, and now it's finally disappearing. Yeah. So, uh, Word 79 says Riverdale. I never understood how they turned Archie into a serious drama without killing it. Um, Teenage girls. That's all you need to say. Word 789. That first season that came out, it's the first season. I think it was the first or second season. I was at Comic Con. I was in Hall H. Riverdale was there. I was actually waiting for the Legion, the final panel of Legion, because that was their final season. And I got in during the Riverdale panel, and oh my god, it was nothing but teenage girls, and the screaming was so deafening. It was ridiculous. The only way you can liken it was to a Menudo concert back in the 90s. CBM says there is a bit where she looks and sounds like Elizabeth Banks. Yeah. So I think that's what it was. Elizabeth Banks meets Jessica Biel. That's what they were saying. CBM says I don't understand Riverdale, and I'd rather it keeps being alien to me. Yeah. The Archie zombie comic is actually pretty interesting. If anyone is interested in that, that was a fun one. And then of course, as the CW taketh, so they giveth away as well. The Winchesters is coming to the CW this fall, and they released a trailer for that one. So, what is the Winchesters, you ask? Well, it is a sequel, or rather a prequel to Supernatural. And in it, Jensen Ackles' character, of course, Dean, is looking into his parents' past. So he kind of goes back to 1972, or not goes back, but he's looking into their past, which leads him to documents, I guess, from 1972. And so we get to see Papa Winchester and Mama Winchester's beginnings. She was actually a hunter, and supposedly he wasn't, but his family did come from hunters as well. And so that's what this whole thing's about. I started watching the trailer and I got near the end of it. I was about like a minute before the end of it and I turned it off because it just fell into the CW pretty people's bullshit. And you couldn't tell that it was a period piece or anything like that, other than, yeah, some people mentioned a few dead musicians' names, and that was about it. Yes, he did. So this is supposed to be before his death. He, did all that, Raymond. So Dean did die at the end of Supernatural. Spoiler alert for those of you out there. So does both the brothers die at some point. Yeah. CBM says specifically when She-Hulk talks about getting the fries to go is when she seems most like Elizabeth Banks. Really? Well, I know Tatiana Maslany's voice changes a lot. She does accents and stuff like that, and I don't know if she's fully out of the whole Orphan Black mentality, to tell you the truth, because I know she can do different accents and mannerisms and things like that. So maybe she had been watching an Elizabeth Banks movie before that scene and slipped into character. That could have happened. So, and also Gotham Knights is coming to CW this fall. So again, what is Gotham Knights? And I talked about this last week too. Gotham Knights is it's based on the video game too, where Batman is dead, and supposedly some of his rogues gallery have been framed for the murder, and some of the Bat family, along with some of the rogues gallery, get together to try and solve Batman's murder, all while being hunted by the GCPD and Gotham going to hell in a handbasket as well. So that's what Gotham Knights is in a nutshell. Again, no Batman series, just Bat Family series, which, God, I honestly just kind of wish the CW would go away, and that we could actually just have a HBO Max series of Batman. It would just be so much easier. CBM says there is something about how pretty everyone is on the CW that makes it ironically unpleasant to look at. I agree with you. Yeah, it's um the uncanny valley, I think, is what it is. You just have this benign prettiness, I think, is what it is, and um they're painful to look at, and they have no acting ability either. So that's the other thing. It's very few and far in between when you get one of those, puppets that looks like a that ends up being a good actor actress as well. And here's something you probably didn't know was going on, but Teen Wolf, the movie, the one from the MTV series, has wrapped production. So they did a Teen Wolf the movie based on the TV series that was based on the original movie with Michael J. Fox, but was more of a darker pitch. And they've now made that into a movie as well. So yeah, take with it what you will. But the guy who plays Superman now and Superman and Lois, Tyler, I can't remember his last name now. He was actually in Teen Wolf the series, so he's making a cameo, I think, in that one as well, or he's coming back into it or something. He'll be in the movie. There you go. CBM says, I think I get it. It's like watching overproduced pop music. Sounds nice, but it becomes bland. Exactly. Yes, it's like listening to overproduced pop music. Exactly what it is. It has any stylistic tendencies wringed out of it so it becomes so bland and tasteless that that's what you get. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So there was a whole bunch of just kind of bland news for the most part, which I figured I would just kind of hit here and there. So Deadline's talking about there's a movie called Mary's Monster where Clara Rudgar is going to play Mary Shelley opposite Kit Carrington as the monster in Mary's Monster, which is a contemporary dealing with Shelley's mental struggle to write her seminal novel, Frankenstein. Yeah. Um, okay. Do we really need that? Probably not, but yeah. Okay. And this one's kind of a weird one. Occupational rainfall, our occupation rainfall 2, which I never heard of occupation to begin with, which is has kind of a weird cast now. Jeremy Piven, Casper Van Dien, Trisha Helfer, Liam McIntyre, and Danny Trejo. They've all joined the cast for this sequel where Earth's resistance is thrown into chaos as an ominous new threat ruthlessly hunts down the humans that are left and any aliens who have joined them. With no clear leader and struggling to find common ground, the resistance finds itself on the brink of destruction. Aboard the mothership, the group of survivors plans to strike at the heart of the alien threat, the rainfall weapon, as the fate of all life hangs in the balance. Dun dun dun. Yeah, I agree with you where it's saying it's a definite pass for me as well. That's going to be a direct to, you know, whatever it is now. Is it video on demand or yeah, it's basically it's going to be straight to on demand. No one really gives a shit about that. That's why you have those actors that are in it. So Jeremy Piven, wasn't he was canceled or something like that. Casper Van Dien never really had a career to begin with anyway, but keeps trying. Trisha Helfer, she was great in one show and then disappeared afterwards. Never heard of Liam McIntyre. Don't know who he is. And of course, Danny Trejo just basically takes jobs as they come up. He can be in some like really good stuff, and then he can be in some really bad stuff. And it's really just kind of like, you know, water and duck, where the water just rolls off the duck's back for him, whether it's a good show or a bad show. Yeah. So there's a movie called Wizards where Pete Davidson and Naomi Scott, Franz Rogowski, and Sean Harris are going to star in it. And it's kind of written, it's weird. So Joel Egerton co-wrote this. So that part of it is what caught my eye on this. And it's a story of two hapless pothead beach bar operators, Davidson and Rogowski, who run into trouble when they stumble across stolen loot that they should have just left alone, because presumably the treasure is of a supernatural origin. It's got Pete Davidson in it, so automatically I'm like, nope, don't want to see it because I don't give a shit about him. He's like the most unfunniest fuck that ever fucked. So but again, Joel Egerton wrote half the script, so I'm kind of like, yeah, I might see it if it comes out on cable or something like that. Yes, Joel Egerton writes quite a few good things. One of the best being a movie with Guy Pearce called Rover. If you've never seen Rover, which came out, I want to say like 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. Great dark movie that it's slow going, I'll say this much, but the payoff is in the very end. Hey Ed, how's it going? CBM says the only thing Pete Davidson has going for me is that I dislike Kanye West more. Yes, I agree with you. Um, actually, they're kind of in the same realm. They're at the same level of dislike for me, to tell you the truth, CBM. So I have no person I'm looking forward to winning whatever that outcome is. Just because it looks they're both stupid. So anyway. So Hocus Pocus 2 is now going to premiere on September 30th. to 2022 on Disney Plus. For those of you who are interested in that, I don't think there is very many of that. And also Disenchanted, which is also a sequel to a Disney movie, is going to premiere on Thanksgiving on Disney Plus. For those of you who are interested in that one as well. So up to you on that one. Bill Kwando. I don't really care about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. I'm not following that. I'm talking about news. I'm not talking about litigation. So, let's see here. No, there's more stuff about The Witcher. There really isn't too much. Like I said, there's little things here and there that have popped up news wise, but not a lot to really kind of go over too much. And the reason why I don't have it in my notes at the moment is just because there are really a lot of B and Z movies that are being made. One of them called The Piper, which is supposed to be a dark retelling of the Pied Piper legend, which I don't know how much darker you can go. Originally, if you know the whole, story of the Pied Piper, it was he of course led the rats out of the city, and when the city wouldn't pay up, he actually started playing. He led the children out of the city as well. So yeah, that's the dark part of the fairy tale. But in this version, which is supposed to be set now in, modern times, a young musician who gets a seemingly dream assignment to complete her late mentor's concerto. However, she discovers that when the music is played, it awakens an evil force. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. So, let's see what else we got here. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Um, yeah, they're working on a Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Eddie Izzard is supposed to be in a movie called Dr. Jekyll for Hammer Studios. Um, mm, mm, not really caring about that either. Yeah, so this other one called Moloch, Moloch, of course, being from the Bible, that kind of thing. Newly discovered peat mummies are revealed to be modern day sacrifices to Moloch, and it's coming to Shudder on July 21st. Oof, yeah. Have I seen Ugly Sonic? Yeah, you mean the before they redid him? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna put him in a little bit of a timeout here. There we go. So there we go. I just put him on a little bit of a timeout there just to calm him down just a little bit. All right. So what else we have going on here? Yeah, there's a lot of just junk stuff that's coming out. Um, Sasha Baron Cohen is and Mike Judge and Greg Daniels are working on an animated special at Cartoon Network and HBO Max called Kelm, the Smartest Place on Earth, which is written by Michael Coman, and it's supposed to be a special that's set in the mythical town of Fools of European Jewish folklore. So Cohen, who narrates it, says it will present a fresh take on the silly antics and exaggerated conflicts of the town while also preserving the essence and heart of the classic folk tales. Okay, but all right, sure. No, he wasn't being malicious, Stanley. It was just getting a little too much in the chat there. So all I did was I put him on a timeout. That's all it was. 300 seconds is all it is, which isn't a lot. That's one of the functions I have here, and also my moderators whenever they show up. I haven't seen the Chip and Dale, movie yet, Word 79. I know about it. I know about the cameos. I know about the end credit cameo, which I'm fairly interested in seeing now just because of that. I might watch it at some point in time. And yeah, I know Ugly Sonic makes a return in that Chip and Dale. So we'll see. Oh god, that's right. And Mindy Kaling, I forgot, was working on an adult version of Velma and from Scooby Doo, Velma. So yeah, I don't know. It I don't know how I'm feeling about it. It's on HBO Max is where it's gonna be on. And supposedly it's gonna have hardcore gore and full frontal nudity in it, and it's animated. And they showed one little slide that Mindy Kaling when she was presenting this, and you see a naked I'm guessing a naked Daphne in the shower and some girl laying in the shower with the top of her head cut off. And yeah, uh, yeah, I don't know why she's alone. It might be a prequel to something. I'm not really interested in it too much. I might take a look at the first episode just to see how bad it is, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But yeah. And this is really kind of not really a big surprise that in Squid Game, the creator of Squid Game says he only has about 3 pages worth of ideas for the show's second season. Um, yeah, that's really not surprising considering that the first season was a one and done until, of course, the very end of that, what was happening. And then it was just kind of like, huh? So, yeah, really doesn't have anywhere to go for the second season at the moment. So, yeah, there you go. Nothing else on there. Sorry, I'm actually scrolling through a couple of sites that had some stuff that, like I said, I didn't bother to write down because it was just really wasn't worth it, to tell you the truth. Chucky, of course, is coming back for a season two over at Sci-Fi because what else do they have? And supposedly Fiona Dorff, who of course is Brad Dorff's daughter. Brad Dorff being the voice of Chucky, the original voice of Chucky. She's coming back for season two. Speaking of Amy Adams, I think someone was talking about her earlier in the chat. Amy Adams is attached to star in Night Bitch, which is a darkly comic horror film about a woman thrown into stay-at-home routine of raising a toddler in the suburbs who slowly embraces the feral power deeply rooted in motherhood as she becomes increasingly aware of the bizarre and undeniable signs that she may be turning into a canine. Oh fuck. I wish I could just make this shit up, but I'm not. It's I, I honestly it just goes to show you that pretty much you can get anything made nowadays. It really does. Just depending on who I guess at this point. Yeah, Ed, I know. I know it is a shit show. See, this is why I didn't write any of this stuff down because there was just so much just absolute shit. And I had been talking about this last week that I try and filter as much of this as possible when I'm doing this show itself, so that I'm not giving you a lot of rumor or just shit material that's going to come out. I'm trying to do stuff that one I'm interested in, and also you might be interested in as well. Um, because usually if I'm interested in it, some people are going to be interested in out there, and are going to be interested in that kind of stuff as well. A lot of this stuff, I just wanted to show you just how much crap has to be sifted through sometimes to get to the little gold nuggets that are out there. And I'm talking about they're small little gold nuggets, but they're out there. You just have to dig through a mountain of shit in order to get to them. Speaking of which, Frank Grillo considers to, this making these kind of movies better than MCU movies. He's going to star in a movie called Merciless, which is a horror thriller from director Liam O'Donnell, whoever the fuck that is, in which a ghost makes the mistake of possessing the wife of the government's top interrogator because he doesn't have a title. Driven to drive the spirit from her body, he seeks vengeance on those who were closest to the entity in its previous life, only to discover that everything is not what it appears to be. Dun dun dun. Oh my god. Yeah, Frank Grillo, just give it up, man. Just stop acting. Please, for the love of God, just stop doing what you call acting. Because fuck no. That's just a stupid premise right there. And the fact that you shit on Marvel movies and then start doing shit like that, you attach yourself yeah, just fuck off, man. You have no right to call yourself an actor at this point. Oh god. Yeah. Barry Pepper. Remember Barry Pepper, the guy who originally at one point I think was up for an Oscar? Um, well, he is now going to he's attached to star in Scurry, an action horror film in which the city is under attack by a monstrous threat. Two strangers, a family man with everything to live for and a criminal with nothing to lose, find themselves trapped below ground during the chaos. Badly injured and with limited resources, they must navigate a treacherous, narrowing tunnel in hopes of finding an exit before they bleed out. Fear and desperation consume them as the threat closes in, and they soon discover they have far more to fear from each other. Bum bum bum. Oh, wow. Yeah, what is that scraping sound you hear, Stanley? Yes, that is my scraping of the barrel. I've actually gone below the barrel about 3 miles deep, and that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah. Um, Barry Pepper actually had a promising career. He really did, and I don't know what happened. Um, Something happened somewhere along the line where uh maybe he pissed somebody off, maybe he had some scandal that was just so bad that it never saw the light of day that, it was going to bring down civilization as we knew it. I don't know. But now he's doing those kind of movies, and before he was, wasn't he in Saving Private Ryan or something like that at one point? And, you know, yes, he was in Battlefield Earth. He played Johnny Goodboy Tyler. He played the main lead in that one, but he can be forgiven for that one because that was a piece of shit, but still, man, I'm sorry, Barry, that you're in that movie. Oh man. Um, so there's something going to be on Apple Plus called Monsterverse. So Matt Shankman, who did WandaVision and Game of Thrones, is going to direct the first 2 episodes of it. So I don't know what that is because they didn't say anything about what it is, but yeah, whatever. If you have Apple Plus, go ahead and cancel your subscription now. Um, Dark Faces is a film set in 1956 France, in which a bunch of coal miners embark in a strange with a strange professor to get some samples 1,000 meters below ground. After the collapse of the mine, they can't go back and try to find a way out. Following, they discover an ancient crypt and awaken a legendary bloodthirsty creature. Bum 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 bum. Ugh. Oh man. I thought he went to become a doctor. Oh man. Isn't that just the Godzilla franchise? Um, Possibly. I don't know. Everything bites off of each other now. Even these, I mean, It used to be you went to one place for these really bad knockoffs. It was on the Sci-Fi Channel. I can't remember the name of the company that was doing them. I knew somebody who was actually working for them at one point, and now I can't remember what it was, what they were called. But it used to be only they were doing it. Now everybody's doing these really shitty knockoff movies. Yeah. Oh my god. And of course we have, speaking of genre news, because I mean, honestly, it's in sci-fi realm at this point anyway. Fast 10, of course, is going to be coming out, and everyone and their mother is going to be in this thing. Brie Larson's in it. I forget who else is in it. There's lots of people that are going to be in it. So yeah. Anyway. Peter Capaldi is going to be in something called The Devil's Hour, which is a horror film about a woman. So Peter Capaldi is the prisoner who's in prison, and a woman is awoken every night by terrifying visions at exactly 3:33 a.m. And somehow this dude in prison is attached to them. Oh, the Monsterverse, you mean? CBM. I don't know what that was supposed to be called. I don't think the Monsterverse was Apple Plus. Yeah, because I mean Warner Brothers owns that one. So if anything, it would be HBO Max. It's not going to Apple Plus, that's for fucking sure. Yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about this. There's a movie from China called Serpent of Death, or AKA Snake, about a giant snake. So yeah, I'm not gonna less said about that one the better. Twisted Metal, again, everyone and their mother is gonna be in Twisted Metal. Thomas Hayden Church has joined the cast now at this point. I saw someone else had just joined the cast as well. I can't remember her name now. I just saw it this morning. But yeah, everyone and their mother is joining that one as well. Stanley Twill says, I watch parts of Essex, Serpent, Time Traveler's Wife, and Night Sky. It seems they do a lot of romance drama mixed with genre series. Yeah, speaking of which, I was going to talk a little bit about Night Sky. Um, I had to fight through those first two episodes. I mean, just literally fight to get through them. It's bad. And it's just it's really bad. That's all I can say. I know people are going, "Oh my god, it's wonderful what Sissy Spacek and J.K. Simmons are doing in this." No, it's just they're really bad. It's a bad series. Um, your sci-fi element now is just it's really the MacGuffin that is happening through this series. It's the one thing to hook in sci-fi viewers is to put this in when really it's on Golden Pond is really what it is. So if you're interested in watching Night Sky, don't do it. Yeah, Stanley, I did fall asleep during the first episode of Night Sky. I woke up again and I saw the end of it and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. I'll watch the second episode. And then I was watching the second episode and just doing this in the middle of the day, and I suffered through that second episode and I was like, yeah, I don't need to watch any more of this. It's bad. No, episode 2 is no better. They introduced more characters. I'll just say this right now. They introduced more characters in Argentina, and we don't know if it's connected to the guy or not because you don't get any plot movement on it. You just got a lot of vague threats from J.K. Simmons. You get a lot of vague exposition of what the doctor actually told Sissy Spacek, who she didn't tell her husband, who's J.K. Simmons, and that's all you get for an hour is a lot of vagueness and some veiled threats towards people. That's all you get throughout the entire thing. It's pretty stupid. It's the mystery box reimagined is really what this is. It's the mystery box reimagined. I just realized it. Not worth it. Godzilla, the Legendary Series. So again, a Matt Shackman, who from WandaVision has been hired. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. So I guess the Monsterverse is going over to Apple TV Plus. That's interesting. So it looks like that's what Matt Shackman has been hired to do. Is he's directing the first two episodes for that Monsterverse thing over at Apple TV Plus. That's kind of weird, but Ed Brewer says I saw the Tubi original corrective measures starring Bruce Willis. I don't think Bruce will make it to 2023. Oh wow. CBM says seems like a weird choice to move to Apple TV. Yeah, I don't know why. Um, I honestly I have no desire whatsoever to subscribe to Apple TV Plus. It just there's nothing on there that even remotely interests me. Yes, I know everyone says for all mankind as well before someone brings it up. Even that, I'm just like, meh, meh, meh. Yeah. So, oh God. And then in Stargirl, Breck Bessinger says that the third season of Stargirl will focus on a murder mystery. Yay, because that's all we want is a murder mystery, right? Uh, and it's gonna be the CW, so you know it's gonna last the entire fucking season. Yeah, I'm not a fan of soccer, so that doesn't do it for me either. Plus, I saw it the first time around when it was called Major League. That's what the title of the show was before. Yeah, before they renamed it Ted Lasso. It was called Major League here in the States. But anyway, that's all I'm going to do on this one because yeah, there really is just a lot of shit out there. A lot of shit out there, and you really don't need to know anything more than that. I just wanted to show you kind of what I sift through in any given day, if you will, through my news feeds. I get news feeds that come through my phone, and so I can see, what I find more interesting. And I get a lot of rumors that get thrown through my phone, things of that nature, and I just kind of laugh and write them off. I usually just look at the title more than anything else, and I could just pretty much tell you and also where it came from. So yeah. There are a lot of sites right now that are blacklisted as far as I'm concerned on my list because they make up all their news. You know who they are. They're out there. There's more than one of them. But anyway, with that said, what else do I have going on the rest of this week? Well, tomorrow I'm off. I believe Tuesday is going to be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? I don't know what I'm covering as of yet. I'll figure out something. There's multiple things I can choose from at the moment, so I just need to narrow something down. Um, Wednesday I'll be off. Thursday I'll be off as well, but Friday will be the first episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's right. Obi-Wan Kenobi on Friday. That's what's coming out. So we're starting the new seasons of stuff coming out. The floodgates are getting ready to open. So this is the first little crank in the opening of the door to the floodgates. So Obi-Wan Kenobi on Friday. Saturday I'll be off. And then we roll back around to Sunday with the Sunday edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any of the genre stuff you guys want to talk about, we talk about it. All right. So with that said, I'm gonna let you guys go for the rest of the weekend. And I will see you guys again on Tuesday. But before I go, let me take care of some business. If you like what you see here, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. I should say, if you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button down below there. If you can't, hit the like button, the share button. And if you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there and the like button and the share button as well. And you can go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I put up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. All right. So until Tuesday, have a good rest of your weekend. Um, and don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, I'm going to make you sift through all those really bad, garbagey kind of websites that are full of rumors and bad stories of genre stuff that no one wants to watch. And trust me, it's more of a punishment to you than me. So, thanks everybody. I will see you again on Tuesday. Have a good rest of the weekend. Stay safe, be well, take care, get those vaccine shots, get the boosters as well. They help. And I will see you guys on Tuesday. Have a good rest of the week. Have a good one, everybody. Stay safe out there.